the sound that drives away negative energy from our body and the space around us. Now I've posted various videos on this, but I just want to remind you that recently they have found that sound waves, the positive sound waves of beautiful music and sounds, also have been shown to increase coral growth underwater. So that's amazing, isn't it? Now, when the archaeologist Dr. Bob Rowland took the battered papyrus into his hand and unfolded it to read, speechless at its contents, his interest had already been piqued by the previous phone call. Mary Watts, an intern from the School of Archaeology, had called him to inform him of something that could change the facts, as she told him. By chance, he had located and bought an ancient papyrus in the market of Al-Khalili. At first, he didn't think it contained anything serious. He almost thought it was just a modern themed scam, a tourist attraction created to trick tourists into thinking they were buying something really great. However, there was enough evidence on the find that gave her the opposite impression. That's to say, it was authentic. But they had to make sure that it was not a mistake. She called her mentor, Dr. Bob Rowland, and he would give her his thoughts on this, both in terms of authenticity of the papyrus as well as in terms of its content. The text was written in Arabic, in an Arabic dialect, and fortunately it was one of those that Dr. Rowland knew well enough. The more he read, the more his interest piqued. The papyrus referred to and connected in a strange way with the Eleusinian mysteries, the original Greek alphabet of 27 letters, with their numerology and the sound of Om. Om, the so-called sacred phrase, Conx Om Pax. This is what we usually do in yoga, we usually at the end of the, before we fall asleep on the floor, we recite the Om word, okay? But it supposedly relaxes us. So this is the sacred Greek Eleusinian mysteries word Om, the sacred phrase Conx Om Pax, which essentially had to do with Cox Ombax, and was related probably with what was heard from an hourglass when the drops of water fell from the upper vessel to the lower one. What impressed him the most was that the Om was referred to in a way that identified itself with the mantra used in Tibetan rituals. But we know that from Tibet in antiquity, the so-called Olympian god Dionysius had gone to Tibet, Taklamakan, China, thousands of years ago, and he was one of the, before Alexander the Great, he was one of the people that supposedly locked away the Nephilim in underground caves and built pyramids on top of them. So, this mantra used in Tibetan rituals, but also in relaxation techniques by various groups of people engaged in meditation. Dr. Bob Rowland read that if and as long as the long Om was pronounced in the right way and for the right duration, then it could tune in the frequency of 417 hertz, which in addition to the relaxation it offers, removes negative energy blockages, both from the soul and the body, as well as from the very space where the person who utters it is. He himself did not believe in such things. If it were like that, everyone would sit cross-legged and say Om, and there would be no negative energy in any human being on the planet, no negative tendencies, no wars, etc. Everything would be beautiful and peaceful. The combination of the word Om and the above frequency gives us a very strong effect by removing all negative emotions and turning them into positive ones. However, what he was reading was something else. The recitation of Om could coordinate the individual energy with the energy of the earth and the sun, which is why those who pronounce it correctly have the right results. For example, they express it as A Alpha Omega. We know that our Lord Jesus Christ used the Greek alphabet when he was saying, I am the Alpha and the Omega. Ow, ow. That is a vibration extent that lies between A and O, between the all, between the two philosophical ends of infinity, alpha and omega, in every direction. That is why its symbolism by ancient mystics was a circle or simply the letters A-O. In addition, Om, as an energy of coordination with the universe, showed that there was a harmony with Pythagoras' view on the so-called music of the spheres, that is, the planets of our solar system. Dr. Bob Rowland could not believe what he was reading. Although the papyrus had opened up new horizons of thought for him, what he had to do was to initiate all the necessary procedures in order to examine its authenticity, its dating, but also its source of energy. So this I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.